Happy Sunday, everybody. This is the live stream that I planned upon doing for Leo season, the astrology for the end of July. So here it is. I didn't announce it or anything in a community post. I don't do that because with live streams, you don't want to, like I don't want to promise that I'm going to go live. I don't want to have to promise or set out a time to do that because then that's like a trap. You're setting yourself up for destruction. Then you don't want to do it. It's like, yeah, I come on whenever I feel like it, whenever I don't feel drained by doing this, and whenever I see fit, and whenever I so wish. Back in February around the 24th, I was feeling really, really drained by all the videos I was making. Like, a part of my soul was like so yearning to go back to like the first 10 days of February when I was reading, when I was watching cooking shows, when I was watching astrology videos, when I was cooking, when I was like watching history documentaries, like all of that combined with the astrology videos. Like, part of me really wanted to go back to that. And I was sabotaging myself because a part of me, like, I wish I could say to myself, listen, you do not have to be obligated to do what you're doing. Stop with the videos. Go back to what you did before. And then I just feel so guilty because my everything changed. I just got myself further and further away from it. In March, April, I was watching my own videos most of the time, recording videos. And so now I've kind of exhausted a lot of those things. And now I'm beginning to feel really kind of drained from it. And now I'm beginning to want to do it less, do less videos, do less content because, I used to be back March, April time, I used to be really, really liking myself, very, very self-absorbed, very, very liking to hear myself talk and like to hear myself speak, and I was just obsessed with myself. Now I think the cards are turning, and I am more focused on other things, such as before I came on this live, I was reading this book here, um, Year of Wonders by Geraldine Brooks. I started reading it, and at the time that I started reading it, my hemoglobin in my brain from the getting E. coli back in December of last year was there, and so I couldn't focus on and being in the hospital so long. I couldn't focus on I couldn't focus on couldn't focus my attention. So I started it thinking that I would complete it, and then lo and behold, I just had this idea to start making videos on my other channels. And then I discovered the AI, and then I got into the videos, and then it I took myself away from the state that I was in. I wish I just had more self-awareness, like not taking myself away from that and not just ripping myself away from uh, what I wanted. Um, uh, what I really wanted, what I was really into. Um, I was just taking it so personally. I was taking the YouTube channel so personally in Pisces season, feeling very, very drained by that. And it's like I needed to give myself time for self-care, but I didn't give myself the opportunity to meditate or to take a break or to watch a cooking show or to watch it, this and that. Like, if I were to go back, I would start the podcast. I would start everything, but it would be very, very balanced. I would still start my real me podcast and all that, and I'd probably still be making a lot of videos. But I just have the self-awareness to want to keep to what I was doing before. That way, I wouldn't, lose interest in that. I would be keeping up that interest in all those things that I was into at the time, which was very golden of a time for me, very kind of honeymoon after getting out of the hospital. So now my interests have changed, but my interests, I'm kind of losing interest in the social media and the astrology videos a little bit. In the making the thousands of videos that I used to do. And I'm just more, uh, um, not that I haven't lost interest, but I just want to do other things nowadays. And I still continue to do my podcast. I still continue to consistently give content every single day. And I know that nobody's watching this because the algorithm detests me right now. Absolutely detests my videos, detests everything that I do, detests my channel. So it's not serving my channel in the slightest because my videos are barely getting any views at all. The algorithm is not responding to the videos or vice versa. So it's really, really unfortunate. But I just want to do other things. Thank you for tuning in to this. I hope that you stay. Please stay. Because um I just am very, very lonely over here in YouTube land. um yeah. So I'm just going to continue doing my pride and joy, continue doing what I love to do, and I do not need the external validation from any person, from any algorithm, for anything to validate my own sense of self-worth with my channel. I don't need any number of likes, views, followers to validate my channel and make me feel good. I make myself feel good. I don't need all that. I know my talents, gifts, and abilities. I don't need anybody else to validate that for me. Like Scorpio North nodes are being swept into the sea of others this life, but Taurus North node is like, no, it's about the self. It's about you're not getting as many followers or views or likes because the universe is trying to teach you stop looking for the validation outside of you, start looking for the validation inside yourself. And I think that that is so profound and really, really huge. So, I want to do less nowadays, less videos. I'm finding that I just have my energy levels. Um, my energy levels have been less. My energy levels have been lower. Okay, I'm not doing this for anybody else. I'm doing this for me. My energy levels have been lower. And I've been less driven to do the things. I've been kind of, noticing myself sort of slipping into going through the motions a little bit of everything, but I still enjoy doing the content. And a lot of what I'm talking about is sort of becoming a lot of the same things. Like, I feel like I've just kind of exhausted a lot of the wisdom that I can squeeze out of everything. But I will still continue to give that wisdom. And someday I will be very, very sage minded and be able to just freewheel on anything and do a 45-minute video about a single transit. Someday, and then I'll have notes for that and etc. But for right now, I include my own ideas in it. But I'm where I am right now. kind of trying to be cryptic and subtle here when I'm saying all this. So hopefully I did give myself away. The other thing I just wanted to say is, wow, I really am against copyright. I'm against copyright. Like, I do not agree with copyright rules. I don't. I know somebody in my personal life who does music reactions on his YouTube channel. And they're not songs that I'm into at all. Let me just clear that out of the way. But every time that he does one of those videos, he has to appeal the song because it's copyrighted to get money for it. It's like, gosh darn, you just want to listen to a song, react to a song, and discuss a song. I mean, what's wrong with that? God forbid. What is wrong with playing a song on the keyboard? I didn't even play the recording of it, let alone on the keyboard. And I get a copyright strike for it, but we'll kind of like a potential earning warning kind of thing. And I'm like, well, gosh darn, it's not my problem because I don't think that there's anything wrong with this. And I think that when you monetize for your channel, you're very restricted. And I was planning on monetizing my channel, but let me tell you, I think I prefer to have my self-expression be free. Like I want to be free to self-express. And if you can't do that as easily with earning money for it, is it really worth the income? Is it really worth the money for that? I mean, I won't be playing a song in every video, but just that feeling of like, I can't do this, it's not an option, and I feel it's fine, but it's not all. Like, I want things to be an option. I have a lot of Gemini in my chart. I want a lot of options. I want a lot of variety. So, I don't agree with copyright. What is wrong with sharing songs? What is wrong, if you put something out into the world? I mean, I'm going to be blunt with you, okay? I'm going to be totally blunt. If you put something out into the world, be prepared for it to be shared around and be okay with it. Like, if I have to be really, really pointy and say that, then I will say it. I mean, I just think for me personally, it limits your creativity. It limits your freedom of expression when you're afraid of stealing something. It limits you. It limits your options. Now, killing somebody or doing whatever. Oh, I want that to be an option. Well, okay. That is not included in this. Committing a crime or doing anything like that. But just, I mean, they do not have download buttons for a reason because they don't want people posting others' content, and I don't blame them for that. Okay. However, in one person's individual video, I don't think that it's a problem to. I mean, I don't play the songs. I mean, I don't want to. I see no reason why I would want to do that. But occasionally, I like to play a song on the keyboard, and I create songs on this channel. There have been song videos, and I want the freedom to uh let me think, what was I going to say here? To create whatever song I want, even if it's a cover of something. Like, imagine that didn't get a copyright flag, copyright restriction, and I want to do covers because there's a lot of songs that I like, that I want to sing, that I want to hear myself sing, and that I want to share on this channel because I really like the song. And I think that's why people share songs to begin with, is because they really like the song. Like, instead of feeling like it's just this touchy, sensitive area where there's a lot of taboo things you can't do with it because, oh, this is someone's private property and you can't share it on. Well, it's on the internet and it happens to be a good song and people sing songs. And I mean, honestly, there's a reason why multiple creators such as Susan Boyle, Barbara Streisand passed along songs that have been created by other authors. There's a reason why, or other songwriters, there's a reason why songs, I mean, if you argue copyright, then you would be arguing why the songs that you would create and then other people sing those songs, like in videos. Like, you know how, like, a lot of artists take songs that have already been created and sing those songs. And I was not playing the recording of a song. I was playing it on the keyboard. I mean, my goodness. It is just absolutely ridiculous. And I'm so against copyright. Like, I think it needs to be less strict. I don't want to have to play something on my keyboard and know or worry that it's going to have a copyright report. And if YouTube wants to play the game with putting a restriction on that, you know what? Then guess what I'm going to do? I don't have to get monetized for my channel. I don't have to. Because I want to feel like something that I think is a good thing, that I know in my heart is not a problem, is a good thing. Is fine to do. I mean, yes, it's someone's private property, but it's out there. It's intellectual property. It's not like it's not like somebody coming into your house and taking something from your house. It is a piece of work that you put out into the world that people may take it and use it, but the thing is still going to be there. Somebody didn't come into your account and hack your account and take that thing and rip it away from you. Somebody didn't go in and delete that from your YouTube channel, delete that from your Spotify album. Like, it's still there. It's still there. It hasn't been stolen. And yet others take it and it can be there. What if, like, can't we live in a world of both and here? Yes, it's somebody's own creation, and yes, you can take it at the same time. Like, wouldn't it be more like harmonious world? Like, I think that we all deserve, me included, in that deserve to have a world where we can breathe easy, where we can feel like, okay, we're not trying to do something that we consciously know will destroy others and will hurt others. Because that's another thing. Like, it always goes back to what I keep talking about the ego and the soul. You know, you're in your ego. You're not relaxing. You're not being honest with yourself, and you know that it's a bad thing. If it's that, then yeah, you shouldn't be doing it. But if you feel in your heart like it's the right thing to do, like it's a good thing to do, like it's not a problem to do, then you should do that. You should be allowed to do it. We should live in a world where we all just do what feels right. And I think that if we all do that, we would have a really, really harmonious, beautiful world, because we're all spiritual beings. We're all kind souls. We all have good, kindness, love inside of us. We're all the divine in human form. We have all the essence of the divine. I don't think that there should be copyright rules. Well, okay, let's compromise here. Maybe they could be lifted a little bit. Well, I mean, the short answer is I don't think there should be copyright rules, but if there should be, let's reduce it down as minimal as possible. Let's make the rules as minimal as possible. because it's getting so strict. Somebody could hum or sing a song in a recording and can get copyright. Like, that is just insane. And that is not humans. That is not humans being indecent. That is not humans like looking at the channels and evaluating which channels are not good and which channels are not doing right, and evaluating and eliminating and hurting the channels that are doing that. That's technology. That's AI that doesn't have a conscience, that doesn't have a brain, getting on channels for doing that. Because in between the two removals of my accounts, between those 2 weeks, between June 30th and July 7th, I had an issue with copyright. I played a song in a video, it got seen as copyright, and so I edited that out. But I will not do that. So the rules need to be rewritten. And yeah. So I'm very, very against copyright. Very, very against that. And I want it to be different. I want it to be different. And it needs to be. If we are to move forward. They put the AI in charge. AI rules the roost. We need to be careful because it's just going to get smarter and it's just going to get more intelligent. And pretty soon we're going to be... Let me just say this bluntly. It's all going to go to hell in a handbasket. It's like... Yeah, so, we need to be careful. Really, really careful where we're going. We need to not restrict people's self-expression. I had this thought that comes up, like, people can do whatever they want to do, and I want to entertain that thought fully. Yeah, that is soul-based level. That is true. People can do whatever they want to do that is true for them. The ego tricks you. The ego makes you think that this is true for you, but oh, it's really not, because it's morally wrong. It's ethically wrong. And people should know if they're doing something wrong or not. They shouldn't have to be reminded after the fact that they did it. Like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just minding my own business and doing what I felt was right. And so it was. If I felt an intuition like there's something off about this and there's something wrong about this, then I did the wrong thing. Simple. We just had that, I think that we'd be living in a much better world. Anyway, to discuss the astrology of the end of July, which nobody's hearing me talk, I'm just talking to avoid, as I always do, because my videos barely get any views at all. So, even if it's just for a split second, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching! I'm just so annoyed. So annoyed. But there I go again, seeking the external validation from the outside. So, yeah. The algorithm is gone to Ticket to Moon 1 right now, and the AI is kind of going to Ticket to Moon 1, and yeah, so, yep, it's in the beyond right now. It's getting in the beyond. So, discussing the astrology of July 2026, the end of July, we have the Sun entering Leo on the 22nd. This creates creativity. Leo is a sign of creative self-expression. Leo is a sign of shining your light out into the world and not dimming it. In Leo energy, we are regal, we are raw, we are real, we are genuine. It is an incredibly genuine sign. Words that can be like seeking external validation and the need to prove itself. Like, it can be ego. At best, it can be, I want the best to come through me right now, and I want to shine and express courageously and boldly and dynamically my own heart energy. That's Leo at its high road. And it is a fire sign, so it's a pretty loud sign, and it's not afraid to take up space. Like, Leo is a sign that says, don't be afraid to take up space. And Leo is also, Leos are very, very positive minded individuals who live in the now. They live in the moment. People with Leo suns live right here and right now. They want to seize the moment. They want to make the most of the moment that they can. They want to be present, but not in a Taurus-like way. Time where I am making the most of my energy. I'm creating my own reality. Fire signs say create your own reality. Don't be beholden to others or the universe or whatever. And really, co-creating your own reality is just creating your own reality with your intuition and your higher self and your angels or your spirit team or whoever as your guide, as a partner. And it's helpful to know that you're not alone in creating your own reality. It's very, very helpful to know that you have help, that you have support. So that's what your angels and your intuition are calling you to have, is that support, to help you create your own reality, and therefore you co-create your own reality. And by the way, the reason why I've decided not to monetize my channel is if I get 3 strikes of copyright, then I'm out. They're going to wipe my channel away. They're going to remove my channel. And I don't want to have that happen. So, you know what? If I will be restricted, I don't want to make myself restricted. I want to be free and relaxed, and it is much more important. My self-expression is way more important to me than any money and income that I might receive. So, um, so yeah, so that's what I honestly have to say about that. So I don't know if good riddance is the right word to use, but anyway, um, so that is Leo season, and Leo is a really, really creative sign in that way. We also have Mercury going direct in the 23rd, so now we're moving forward. Now we're seeing things with clarity. Mercury retrograde turned direct is a moment of clarity. All that we've been reviewing in the Mercury retrograde, all that we've been looking at over the past 3 weeks, we're now entering the last week of the retrograde starting tomorrow. Um, just a few more days, like 4 more days of Mercury retrograde starting tomorrow. I'm doing this on the 19th of July. Um, and so Mercury retrograde ends July 23rd, and this is really where we are seeing we're coming full circle now. We're going all the way back to June 14th when Mercury entered shadow, with saying the events that happened around that time very clearly. We have clarity, we have new insights, we have new intellectual understandings, new intellectual downloads, and we can understand our thoughts and communications much better now with Mercury directing Cancer. And in Cancer, we understand how to emotionally regulate, how to nourish ourselves, how to take care of ourselves, how to communicate from a loving, nurturing place instead of a moody, reactive place. Because with Mercury in Cancer, we can really, really be really, really moody and take things so personally. Like we're transcending the shadow sides of Cancer and moving into the positive sides where we are integrating our emotions, we're feeling them, we're responding to them and not reacting to them. We are um, understanding, having a deeper sense of understanding how intellect and thoughts and emotions sort of combine together. Now, around the 25th, Neptune is sextile Pluto, which I had videos about, and that was actually the collective video, was the video that had the song that got, that it triggered the AI that was flagged, or not flagged, but, there was a thing on it, whatever happened. But this is ultimately about creating a better world. think of that song. Uh, you know, every da, million dreams are keeping me awake. That song actually got. That was a song that actually was actually copyrighted, and I got rid of that. Darn it! And you know what? That is symbolic of my own personal creation, my own personal stamp on what I did. I got rid of something because, oh, YouTube didn't like it. That was my own personal thing that I included because I wanted to, and I got rid of it because I couldn't handle there being a restriction there. I couldn't handle that. And I had the plan to monetize, so I got rid of it, but not anymore. I'm not going to re-upload the video. It's on Spotify if you want to hear the full-length video with the song included in that on Spotify. But if I want to sing songs and videos, I will. If I want to play them, I will. Not that I'm going to play the recording of it, but I give myself full permission. And if YouTube has a problem with it, then comfort being, I'm not going to monetize. So any copyright fear or restriction or limitation with monetization, any possibility for scam and spam, like all that, let's eliminate all those restrictions. Let us choose freedom away from monetization. And I want to feel free. I want to feel free. I don't want to feel chained to anything, beholden to anything, and limited in my self expression. We all get creative freedom. And creativity comes from the soul, comes from the intuition, comes from the imagination. It's rare that we get creative freedom. Well, if you look at all the thousands of videos in social media, you would say, like, okay, it's not. It's rare that if you express something that you're doing from your ego, which is a risk that you're taking from your ego, it's rare that that is allowed. Okay, let's get that straight. Anything from the soul is allowed. If it's from the ego, then let's just say it isn't. Unless we are using our egos to the highest potential. The ego is personality, the ego is rationality. And if we can have the ego serve the soul and be an assistant to the soul, then great. Then yeah, we shouldn't just ignore the ego, just like we shouldn't just put down the South Node as just this bad thing that we have to rule out. No, we have to integrate. We have to. We're ultimately going towards the North Node, but we're balancing the South and the North Node. We're ultimately leaning towards our soul, but we're balancing our ego in our soul. Like that's what we need to keep in mind. The soul must lead. That's what we need to remember. So, Neptune sextile Pluto. The world, we're having a new world. Neptune is spiritual vision, Pluto's transformation and change. So that is the energies that I discussed in depth in that video. We have Mercury sextile Venus, Mercury in Cancer, Venus in Virgo. So anything loving, anything kind, anything compassionate that we can put in word form, letter form, anything that we can say, anything that we can verbalize, that becomes really, really good for us when we are communicating from a loving, compassionate place. Because Venus is the planet of love, beauty, relationship, social harmony. It attracts things like a flower. Mercury is communication and thought. So we can, beautiful time to be more graceful and diplomatic and harmonious in our communication. And show more love and kindness and care in our communication. And in Cancer, Virgo, can we be more service oriented? Can we be more nurturing? Can we do something from a more genuine place? like Cancer Virgo's mother archetype, like being a mother. So can we be very, very mothering, very, very kind, very, very helpful, and maybe serving others, giving others advice, or giving others that um, nice pat on the back, or being there for somebody emotionally and having emotionally nourishing and nurturing conversations. What that means is you're understanding what they're feeling, and you are sympathizing, and you are speaking out of love and care for them, from your heart, and it's very, very tender, and it helps the other. So and serving others, serving that also helps you. It also is fulfilling to you. So that's another thing that I wanted to say. The sun opposite Pluto. This is where anything including power dynamics and helping power struggles, they can be very, very intense. Where are we harnessing our power? Where are we abusing our power? Themes like that could come up in Leo and Aquarius. It could be having to do with becoming very, scientific, not tapping into the heart, or being very, very egocentric and dramatic, and and vain and pushy and whatever, and not for the greater good of all, not from a loving, humanitarian, sympathetic, charitable place, and not um, understand that you, with the humility that you are one with everyone. We are all just human beings playing a role, doing all this. I was listening to a video where an astrologer was discussing this the other day, and I just think it's, what he said was so important, because if we could just stop, because Leo is celebrities and idolizing, we could just stop idolizing celebrities as these, more spiritually evolved people. We could see them as just other human beings playing roles. I think that would shift our mindset with this tremendously. So there's a lot that could be said for this. Um, where are we, bulldozing others, taking others down? Where are we abusing our power? Sun, trine Neptune. The time we're more Sun in Leo, Neptune in Aries. We are more spiritually compassionate and spiritually empathetic. We are more kind. We are more considerate and selfless, and we are more. Um, we want to give from a spiritual place. We really, really want to be there for others on a spiritual level. Neptune is illusions and fantasies, but at the high road of Neptune is we're more creative. We can be more compassionate. We don't have as much of an ego, negative ego in the shadow qualities of just projecting and being all, selfish and vain or whatever. We're more wanting to give, wanting to sympathize, wanting to care and be support the other in the relationship. And there's this great sense of compassion and empathy that comes in with the Sun, trine Neptune in Aries. This can be inspiring confidence in people. And Aries and Leo can be inspiring them to light up their life and inspire them to be creative and do what they want to do and live an authentic life, and lifting others up and uplifting others and doing all of that with motivating others to work towards their goals, or to create their own reality, or achieve their dreams. That's the expression of this aspect for the Sun and Neptune in fire signs. So then, Sun sextile Uranus is, where we are being very, very individualistic. We are breaking free of any stuck, stagnant habit patterns, and there's an opportunity. Like sextiles give us opportunities, and the opportunity here is to let go. let go of any stagnant pattern, any stuck structure, any structure, any situation that we are trapped into. We are given the opportunity to let this go and release this from limiting us and holding us back. And we are invited to do something really, really out of the box, out of the ordinary. Since sextile Uranus is upright energy for radically breaking free and doing something totally unexpected. Basically, if you've been constrained with that aspect and you want to break free at this time with that going on. And then finally, the sun will conjunct Saturn. Um, I think I may do another video about that. I don't know if I'll do videos about it. But yeah, I'll have to see what I want to do in terms of astrology for the sun, which will happen later. I'm just talking about astrology for the end of July for right now. So I'm going to leave that aspect out of the picture. But since Sun conjunct Jupiter and the new moon, full moon in Aquarius, we end the month off with that. And the Sun conjunct Jupiter is very lucky. It gives blessings, it gives abundance, it gives opportunities. And Leo, we are creatively and confidently expressing ourselves. We're being our creative self, and we just feel good. We just feel good. We just feel lucky. We just feel uplifted. We feel driven to um to um to shine, to be in our creative essence, to be in our creative truth. We feel that desire to shine, be fully yourselves, be who we are, unapologetically. And we're feeling this abundance, like, Sun, Jupiter, and Leo's abundance. Like, I want to shine, I want to do my creative thing, I want to do all this because I just have this enthusiasm and this motivation and this drive and this determination to do this. And I have this inspiration and desire to do this inside of me. And you're feeling abundant, like it can bring blessings. It's known as the luckiest day of the year when the sun is conjunct Jupiter or Kazemi, or I don't know. I think either Venus conjunct Jupiter is the luckiest day of the year, or Sun conjunct Jupiter, or Sun Jupiter Kazemi, when the planet is in the heart of the Sun. I discussed that aspect on the full moon in Aquarius episode, the collective reading, which you can watch. It's available in the Cosmic Sky podcast. For you to watch that video for the full moon. The full moon Aquarius videos are out for you to watch. And then the Saturn retrograde in Aries video for all 12 signs is coming out tomorrow. So you want to subscribe, turn on your notifications. Look forward to that video coming out. So, and then the full moon in Aquarius asks us, excuse me, my grammar, to break free, to detach, and it asks us to rationalize our feelings, but not isolate ourselves. Like, we need community, we need connection to our groups, to our Aquarian community, to our neighbors, to our friends, to people in our close circle. We need that. We need that connection there. We need that relationship there. And Aquarius is a sign of community, wanting to be in community, but also find that with this full moon, who we are as individuals, how we want to shine as an individual versus what we're showing up to the group, and really being responsible for doing things that uplift us, inspire us, make us feel good vibrations, because those vibrations infect other people in our communities with positivity, with light, with good vibrations. So I believe I talked about that in that episode, so you can check that out. Because I go in depth about the full moon Aquarius. I discuss that deeply there. Um, and um, and the gift that detachment can give us, because allows us to see things more clearly, see things with more perspective. Um, so, um, where have you just gone along with the group and not been yourself, your creative self? And we need to break free from all those constraints. So that full moon is going to be really, really wild. The Sun and Jupiter are going to be aspecting, or excuse me, the Jupiter Pluto opposition that's going to be exact tomorrow on the 20th. Tomorrow, um, the grand configuration, I'll just call it, will be exact. The two minor triangles will be exact in the sky. That's going on in the middle of July. And so, yeah. So it will be a wild full moon, a wild color card full moon, and then eclipse season begins after that. So then we get into the eclipse portal. And the first eclipse happens around the Lionsgate portal, just 4 days after the Lionsgate portal, which I'll be discussing both eclipses in depth in August, and probably also the Mars going into Cancer. And I probably want to discuss the Jupiter Saturn trine happening at the end of the month going on. So there'll be less astrology transit videos coming in August, more general content. There's just a lot of uh, transit videos and current and 12 sign videos coming in July, but there'll be less in August for sure with that. Anyway, that is all that I just wanted to come on here and talk about. Just an astrology update, just a quick little pop in. Just wanted to say my thoughts on copyright and whatever else I want to discuss. So, anyway, I'll see you in tomorrow's episode of the Cosmic Sky podcast, where I'll be breaking down how the Saturn retrograde transit will impact all 12 signs. And anyway, bye for now, everybody.